What's up, nation? This is Scraps from Griffin Mods, and today I am bringing you our review of the Nerf Elite Alpha Trooper. As far as the box, it's got pretty much the same layout and color scheme as the other Elite blasters. You'll notice here that it says fires up to 75 feet in Elite distance. Here at the bottom it says Alpha Trooper CS12, and that's because it comes with the 12-round clip that came with the Retaliator. And here at the top it says 12-dart rapid fire blasting. And on the back of the box, just like the original Alpha Trooper, it says it has a tactical rail here on the top and a slam fire handle, and then down here it points out that it features the 12-dart quick reload clip. Now inside the box, we'll get to the good stuff. Inside the box, it looks like we have our blaster, 12 Elite darts, the instructions, and our 12-round clip. The blaster looks like it's held in by 3 pieces of brown twine, so we'll cut those. As far as the darts, they send you 12 Elite darts wrapped in cardboard, and it's interesting because normally they'll be wrapped in plastic also. These are T-code darts for those of you that want to know. Along with the blaster, you also get a 12-round clip. I know some people are disappointed that it doesn't come with an 18-round drum like the original Trooper. Personally, I would rather have the 12-round clip. I was never a huge fan of the 18-round drum. I thought it got in the way, and I would rather just have an 18-round stick anyways. I think the 12-round clip is the perfect, has the perfect ratio of size to ammo capacity, especially for something like a Strife that you're using as a secondary weapon and have holstered, and you don't want to have the full 18-round sticking off the side and banging around and knocking into things. I also think the 12-round is the optimal size clip for a hailfire setup. It wouldn't be quite as bulky as having all those 18s hanging off the bottom, and it would still have a fairly decent ammo capacity. I wish Nerf would start selling these on their own, but for now I'll take as many as I can get my hands on. And of course you have the blaster itself. Initially I didn't think I was going to be a big fan of the way that they applied the paint scheme to this blaster, but it actually looks a lot better in person than it did in some of the photos that I saw. It's got a little too much orange for my taste, especially with this bright orange back cap here on the end, but all in all I think it looks pretty good. I am a little disappointed that they didn't include the silver detailing like they had on the original Alpha Trooper here, and you can see in the side-by-side that they are in fact the exact same shell, just like the Rampage and the Retaliator. It looks like the only thing that they changed was changing the CS18 to the CS12 on the new Alpha Trooper. In fact, they didn't even change the In-Strike shield here on the bottom over to the In-Strike Elite shield, which is something they did change on the Rampage and the Retaliator. It does, however, have a 2012 copyright on the shell. As far as the mechanics of the Elite Trooper, obviously just like the Retaliator and the Rampage, it's been upgraded to a direct plunger design. My big question, however, was did they improve on the smoothness and function of the slam fire just like they did with the Rampage? And in fact, they did. The slam fire does feel smoother than it did on the original Alpha Trooper, and also the prime is almost effortless, which is fantastic for a slam fire blaster with this much power. Something else that's curious that I did not expect is with the original Alpha Trooper, I don't know if it's just the ones that I owned, but if you go to fire the blaster and you don't have your hand on the priming mechanism on the front, when you pull the trigger, it just slides back like that and doesn't fire. So you actually have to keep your hand here pressing forward to be able to fire a dart. That is not an issue with the new Alpha Trooper. You can see here that hands-free, it fires darts one-handed just fine, which is fantastic because that frees your other hand up for a secondary or to be able to reload or do whatever else you need to do. And I was curious to see if they had improved the dart tooth on the Elite Alpha Trooper because there were a lot of issues with the original dart tooth. And while the dart tooth does appear to be the same, I don't know if you can see it here in camera, but the mechanism that's beyond the dart tooth that keeps it closed while there's a dart feeding into the breech has been slightly redesigned, so that should be at least partially responsible for the smoother priming and firing of the new Elite Alpha Trooper. This is an example of just one of the tactical loadouts you can put together using the Elite Alpha Trooper. It actually works really well with the 25 round Rampage drum because it's not too heavy, and also because it feeds from the center instead of one of the sides like the other drums do, so it doesn't get in the way while you're slam firing the Alpha Trooper. Here's a quick firing comparison between the original Trooper and the Elite Trooper. We're using Elite darts in both blasters. And the Elite Trooper. So you can see the Elite Trooper clearly has a lot more power behind it. The velocity of the darts is very much in line with the other Elite blasters, so the ranges should be comparable. If you guys want to see the actual range test for this blaster, please make sure to check out the link that we have in the description box. My final verdict on the Elite Alpha Trooper, I absolutely love this blaster. Of the upgraded N-Strike blasters like the Retaliator and the Rampage, this one is definitely my favorite. It's very comfortable, it has a very high rate of fire, and it gets very good ranges in a very slim and compact design. I think it would be a great blaster for HVZ or Indoor Wars, and I'm very, very happy with it. I think that about wraps it up. So this has been Scraps from Griffin Mods. If you guys like the video, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.